Hey everybody, this is Charlotte Patrick from Healthy Lifestyle and Spirit, and I just wanted to comment on Michael Catlow's conversation that he started this morning that has spurted off several different amazing comments. The question originally posed was, do you think humans are more important than animals? First, I want to preface this and say that I do practice ethical vegetarianism, which basically means I'm vegan. That hasn't been my life choice forever. It's going on 2 years now. I'd say I've been a quasi-pescatarian most of my life. I'd never really liked meat. Red meat, pork, chicken, none of that was like, I didn't get really excited about that. Seafood definitely was something that I enjoyed. And quite frankly, it's just because of the culture that we grew up in. I'm from Charleston. You know, seafood is a big thing. Although barbecue is a big thing too, I never really got into that. But, you know, we are all somewhat a product of our environment. And in the South, you know, meat is a normal thing. In the United States, meat is a normal thing. So, do we think humans are more important than animals? First, I'd like to say that my amazing teacher, Sharon G. from the Jivamukti Center in New York, basically states that they're not animals. They're human animals. So I've actually started calling animals human animals recently, which has been really kind of enlightening to see people's faces. People are like, no, those are animals. They're different. They're separate than us. So before I really get into it, I think the conversation, instead of just are humans more important than animals, are we equal, are we separate, are we one, is to understand karma. And karma is a very delicate subject. You may or may not believe in karma, but it's kind of like gravity. Doesn't matter if you believe in it, you're going to be affected by it. And karma is not this esoteric woo-woo thing out there. Basically, karma is cause and effect, action and reaction. So I know most of you have cars, and when you get in the car, you make an action to turn the key, and the reaction, or the cause is cranking the car, and the effect is the car actually runs and you could drive it. Now, you and I might not know all the details of what goes underneath that hood. Those are nuances that very few people know, you know, how the inner workings of a motor work. But you would understand the connection that we all get numb to the fact that we take for granted that putting that key in and cranking it is the cause, and the effect is that our engine runs. We get really pissed, though, when it doesn't run. Angry. We won't understand what the engine needs. We don't, especially as women, and there's probably women out there that are not like me, and they're really into cars, but you understand this analogy that we are supposed to have a car when we get older. It's normal, it's natural, it's the thing to do, and how you drive that car is just crank the key, and we can be oblivious to what goes under the hood, and it runs, and we're happy, and everything's great. And then when it fails, buddy, it's a miserable thing. So, again, cause, cranking the key. Effect is the karma. That is karma. So me cranking the key and the car engine starting is karma. Got it? Cause and effect, cause and effect. So, although I'm not supremely interested in getting to know my car very well, I have been an advocate over the past few years in really learning what animals need and how they are being unserved, how they're not being served by the humans that consume animals for food. And there's a disconnect there. I don't believe that there's, you know, a ton of evil people eating animals. There's just a disconnect, and we've become numb to the process. So I think you would agree that there is a cause and effect everywhere we look, right? The sun rises, cause. Heat is the effect. You know, clouds form, cause. Rain is the effect. That cycle is karma. Karma. Me raising my arm is the cause. The effect is my muscles are stretching, might be affecting some of the bone structure. Like, there's cause and effect everywhere. And I think the disconnection is with us not knowing that every action we take is going to cause an effect. So, therefore, karma. Every action is creating karma. I just wanted to give you a few stats here. According to United Nations, raising animals for food creates more greenhouse gas emissions than all of the transportation industry, cars, trucks, trains, buses, planes in the world. This is a real inconvenient truth. In regards to water pollution, in the United States, raising animals for food causes more water pollution than any other industry. And these animals produce 130 times the waste of an entire human population of the United States. 87,000 pounds of waste per second. Much of that waste from factory farms, which contains high levels of toxic chemicals from pesticides, herbicides, antibiotics, hormones, and other pharmaceuticals. Those flow into the contaminated stream, and they contaminate our streams, rivers, and oceans. Water use. More than half of the water consumed in the United States is used to raise for animals for food. It takes 8,500 gallons of water to produce 1 measly pound of beef, but only 25 gallons to produce a pound of wheat. A vegan diet requires 300 gallons of water per day, while a meat-eating diet requires more than 4,000 gallons of water per day. I could go on, but I'm going to skip to fossil fuel depletion. And listen, my first husband was in the military. My grandfather was in the military. My father was in the military. I have tons of friends in the military. And I believe that they all have great hearts and they are trying to protect America. But I would vouch to say there's very few vegan soldiers, airmen, Marines in our military. I think you would agree most of them are meat and potatoes eaters, which is, you know, normal. It's an American diet, not just specific to soldiers, but, you know, it is definitely prevalent in the military. Over 1/3 of fossil fuels in the U.S. go to raise animals for food. The war in the Middle East, which is the war fought for oil, is being fought to fuel the meat industry and dairy industries of the United States. Agriculture accounts for more than twice as much of the United States energy budget as the military. So here we have soldiers in our military eating meat, and yet they're fighting for our safety, fighting over oil that is going to raise the same animals that they are consuming every day. So folks, it is not up for debate whether you eat meat or don't. There are cause and effects. And you can just see, and let me just reference this. This is by Yoga and Vegetarianism by my amazing teacher, Sharon Gannon of the Jivamukti Center in New York. And this book is amazing. But you come to find out that if you read historical medical journals, there has not been one case where I've seen that someone has died from an overdose of tofu and vegetables, but you'll see a ton of people who've died from illnesses and have diseases and massive health challenges that consume meat and dairy products. Now listen, does a vegetarian or vegan get sick? Absolutely. We are all going to get sick. But I think you would agree after doing much research that you can make a conscious choice of how you eat and what you eat. I do agree with the comment from Jennifer Perkins. Jennifer Perkins on the Facebook said that basically animals can provide nutrition for us. She said there are many reasons, one being their place in the food chain. I believe that animals do provide nutritional value for humans, and I believe that is absolutely true. As someone who is a health nut and I help consult people on their health, I will tell you this. Everybody needs sugar in their diet, right? A little bit of sugar. We can't, you know, we've got to have a little bit of sugar in our diet. So I can choose to go get that sugar from a fruit, or I can choose to go get it from candy. Now, both are going to give me sugar. The quality of the sugar is going to be different, and the karma is going to be different because of that choice, because of that causal choice that I made. My point is this: although animals do provide nutrition, they're candy. We can make choices. to merge into a plant-based diet that causes little harm to the planet, causes no harm to animals, and we can get the same nutrition from legumes and beans and vegetables and rice and lentils and all these wonderful foods that you can cook in amazing ways. It's one reason I'm putting my vegan cookbook together, where you're not just sitting and eating a plain bowl of tofu and killing yourself that way. But we have a choice, and most of us take the candy. Most of us take the microwave mentality, easy way out. It's easy to go to a store and eat fried chicken, or go get a chicken wing, or go get a steak, or all that, because it's so prevalent and it's just rampant. So number one, we have choice. And someone says, we're a part of this, food chain. We're a part of the food chain. Food chain's been going on since the beginning of time, blah, blah, blah. So has raping, okay? Men have been raping women since the beginning of time. Doesn't mean that it's right, and it doesn't mean that we want it to continue. That is a karma, a cycle of karma. Notice I'm not saying bad or good karma, because it's just all karma. It's cause and effect. Is that I don't know that I would want the effect of a raping male, and I don't want the effect of all of these issues that eating meat is causing within our own bodies, to the planet, and to the other human animals in the animal kingdom. So I'm going to show you this picture right now, and it is a beautiful demonstration of how we objectify women and how we objectify animals in the exact same way. As you can see, this picture has my beautiful teacher Andrea G. from the Jiva Mukti Center here in Charleston, South Carolina, and in its simplicity, we would say that an animal provides nutrition. We'll go eat chicken to get protein or what have you, and you will realize that those body parts that you are consuming, whether it's a pig, a cow, chicken, a llama, I don't know what you're eating, a lamb, whatever those are, they have the same beautiful body parts as we do as humans. Human animals, same body parts. Humans, same body parts, same thing. And we can begin maybe to just shift into this place of just curiosity, because if this is a new conversation for you and it's butting up against your beliefs, just begin to get curious. I can tell you for years I fought anger, massive anger. And I explored leaving meat out of my diet, and inevitably the anger has subsided. Now listen, do I get my feathers ruffled? Absolutely. But it's nothing I have to internally fight. And there's many other benefits. My body has morphed since I went into vegetarianism and veganism into its healthiest form. I feel better now than I did when I was 20 years old. And I'd have to say that it is primarily due to my vegan lifestyle and just understanding that we're all interconnected. So I would just ask maybe to explore Meatless Monday and realize that even though human animals are raised for food, they don't know any better, they still deserve the same life you do. They deserve to seek food, shelter, sex, relationships, and those animals raised for food don't get to experience any of that. They get artificially inseminated. They get food that is not fed to them naturally by Mother Earth. They are, impounded upon tons of chemicals and hormones to help them grow faster and produce milk longer and all of this unnatural stuff. And we wonder why our kids have bigger breasts at younger age. We wonder why they're hitting puberty at younger ages. It's because we are messing with Mother Nature to take the short way, the microwave mentality way of getting our nutrition from animals, when there is valid ways of getting that same nutrition in other amazing foods that do not harm. So pick up your fork today instead of your knife and explore what it feels like to have a complete meal, 3 meals, a week long of meals, of eating live foods, fruits and vegetables that have pure life. No fear is locked in them like those animals that die. They have pure life, healing powers, that are just absolutely good for you and are going to make you feel great. So just explore it. Be curious, man. Don't fight it. Just go with it, because I can just tell you it's been an empowering testimony in my own life, the health benefits. And, I've been cancer-free for, I guess it's around going on 5 years now. 6 years cancer-free. Listen, I'm excited to continue this conversation. It's been a long video, but you have been awesome. And again, pick up your fork over your knife, which is also a great movie, by the way. You'll learn the medical benefits of eating a vegetarian diet. So this is Charlotte Patrick at Healthy Lifestyle. Try a vegan or vegetarian meal and see how you feel, and hopefully maybe you'll turn and realize that it can be a wonderful lifestyle for you and your family. Thanks, Michael, for starting the conversation. We'll see ya. Ciao.